Lesson G, hanging zeros. Let's learn how to multiply efficiently when working with hanging zeros. You have hanging zeros when you have a whole number like 600 that ends with zeros. And it looks like the zeros are just hanging out at the end of the number. So both 600 and 50 are examples of numbers that have hanging zeros in them. Let's see what happens when we multiply numbers with hanging zeros. Here, 0 times 0 is 0. Here's 0. 6 times 0 is 0. Next line, here's my placeholder. 0 times 5 is 0. This is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. Add them together. And as our answer, we have 30,000. Let's find an easier way. For method 2, instead of setting it up this way, let's set it up like this. All right, 600 times 50, and I'll let the hanging zeros hang out over the edge like this. Now, I'll just take care of 6 times 5, which gives me 30. So I'll write it down. And now, how many hanging zeros do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So write 1, 2, 3 hanging zeros. Write your comma, and notice that we have the same answer. But this only took me 5 steps instead of taking 13 steps. Now let's try method 3. Instead of writing the problem vertically like we did here, we'll write it horizontally. So here's 600 times 50. And let's do 6 times 5 first. That gives us 30. And now how many hanging zeros do we have? 1, 2, 3. So write 1, 2, 3 hanging zeros. And we have the same answer of 30,000. And again, this only took 5 steps as well. And it's a lot better than taking 13 steps. Let's do 3 examples from part 2 and 1 example from part 3. Here's letter A. 4 times 600. Do 4 times 6 first, which is 24. Add 1, 2 hanging zeros, and we're done. Letter B. 3 times 5 is 15. 1, 2 hanging zeros. And our answer is 1,500. Let's do box C and be careful with this problem. We'll do 5 times 2, which is 10. And how many hanging zeros do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So here are 1, 2, 3, 4 hanging zeros. Write your comma, and our answer is 100,000. Here's our last example, and it's from part 3. Here, we're multiplying by powers of 10. And some examples are 100, 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000. So to multiply by a power of 10, just write down this number and then add the hanging zeros from the power of 10. So here's 600. Now let's add the hanging zeros. And our answer is 60,000.